Hola amores, and welcome back to the channel. And to those who don't know me, I am Maritza, currently a graduate master's student in psychology. And today we're going to talk about why is it that your testosterone levels secretly rewire females' behaviors, all right? According to psychology. So let's get into it right now. I will start with a saying in Spanish that goes like this. Nuestra energía no se ve, pero sí se siente. And that means our energy cannot be seen, but it could definitely be felt, all right? So, my loves, have you ever walked into a room and maybe felt an immediate, unexplainable shift in your own mood? Or maybe you met somebody and felt, I don't know, like an instant vibration, all right, that you could not put into words? Well, in psychology, we often look at body languages and tones of voice. However, there is a silent chemical conversation happening beneath the surface that we cannot see. And today we're looking exactly at that, at the radical research behind how a man's testosterone levels can actually rewire a lady's behavior, changing so many things. How she thinks, how she competes, and even how she smells. So first, my loves, let's talk about something called the androstadienone effect. And excuse me if I say it incorrectly. This is a testosterone-derived steroid present in the male's sweat. And while men cannot smell it on each other, women's brains are hardwired to pick it up. Psychological studies have shown that when a lady is exposed to this testosterone signal, their cortisol levels, the stress hormones, actually begin to rise, but in a way that increases alertness. And this is called sympathetic activation. And this does not make her stressed. This activation, in the contrary, makes her very focused. Research suggests that it improves a woman's mood and even increases her sexual arousal. But most importantly, it makes her more attuned to her environment. Her brain wakes up because the signal says high status male is nearby. Now, my friends, let's talk about the competitive spark or the intrasexual competition, which here is where the psychology gets very, very spicy. A man's testosterone levels does not only change how a woman feels about him, it also changes how she feels about other ladies, other women. Evolutionary psychologists have found that being in the presence of high testosterone men can trigger intrasexual competition amongst the ladies. When the T signal is very high in a man, women may also subconsciously become more competitive with their female peers. Studies have shown that women become a lot more attentive to their own appearance or even more assertive in social settings. The man's testosterone actually acts as a catalyst that shifts the female's social hierarchy into high gear. Now, my loves, let's talk about something else, which is the ovulatory shift in a woman. Because this rewire is not a one-size-fits-all. Psychology shows that a woman's reaction to a man's testosterone also depends heavily on her own biological cycle. During the high fertility phase of a woman's cycle, her brain actually becomes significantly more sensitive to testosterone cues. In blind scent tests, women in their fertile windows consistently rated the scent of high testosterone men as more pleasant and healthier, while women in other phases or on the pill were often indifferent to this. At this moment during her ovulation period, her brain is essentially filtering for genetic fitness, and the man's testosterone levels is secretly rewiring her attraction code, but in real time based on her own biological needs. And last, my friends, let's not forget to mention the emotional mirroring versus the complementary behaviors. Because finally, we need to look at the social dominance. High testosterone men often exhibit specific non-verbal behaviors, like for example, taking up more space, maybe deeper vocal pitches, and a steadier eye contact. Psychologists have observed that women often respond to these men with a higher complementary behavior. If a man's testosterone levels are high and he is behaving dominantly, a woman's behavior may shift toward pro-social or nurturing, which are cues to gauge his level of investment. Alternatively, in professional settings, a woman's brain may respond to his testosterone dominance by maybe increasing her own power posing to ensure she does not get unnoticed by him. So, my friends, you may ask yourself, why does all of these things matter? Well, it matters because we like to think we are in total control of our choices, but we are not. Psychology proves we are part of a very complex invisible dance of hormones. A man's testosterone is not just his testosterone. It's a signal that rewires the social and emotional landscape for the ladies around him. And understanding these signals does not make our interactions less real, it just makes them more fascinating. And with this, we have reached the end of today's video, but I invite all of you to connect with me through Instagram. Go and check out my other music relaxing channel here on YouTube, and go and see the channel's membership just in case you may find it useful. Once again, I am Maritza, and know that I will try my best to continue always keep bringing you ways on how to create a better bond with yourself and a more meaningful relationship with all those around you. Mwah. Till next time. Ciao, ciao, my loves. Ciao, ciao, my amores.